think this is the first actual talking clip that I've filmed today. It is Saturday the 21st of June and the 24-hour novel challenge has officially started. I think it actually started last night because the official kickoff is in Australia, which is like totally different time zone for me. Anyways, I have been planning on participating, but like in a lighter version. I think the actual goal is to write 50,000 words, which I will not be achieving. First of all, it's over 3 days, which I can't do because I work Friday and I work Monday, so already I'm down a day of writing. But also I just have plans this weekend. I'm going to a concert this evening. I might be going to the beach tomorrow. I don't really want to give up on life stuff, even if the writing needs to get done. The writing will get done, just not 50,000 words. So I have done one sprint so far today. It was a 25-minute sprint, and I spent like the first 10 minutes of it reading back the chapter that I was working on, and then I spent the rest of the time actually writing. So I've got like 340 words at this point, so nothing crazy or substantial. I also took a break to go to the gym and showered and everything, and I also started my laundry because I only have 2 days off from work. I need to get my life stuff done as well. So now I'm going to sit down and do some more writing. I am working on my mafia romance, book 1 of 4 in a series of interconnected standalones. It is my first time writing mafia romance, dark romance, first person point of view, and also like a pair of point of view characters that are very strong-willed. I feel like generally when I write, there's a lot of give and take between my like 2 POV characters, and in this book the 2 of them are both very headstrong in different ways. So it's been interesting to write these 2 characters. I've been enjoying it, but overall it's been like a learning process, so it usually takes me a little bit to get into the flow, but then once I hit the flow, I'm usually pretty good. So now that my laundry is in, I have an hour before I need to switch it over, so I'm going to do probably 2 sprints and then take a little break, switch over my laundry, do all that stuff, and then come back and get some more work done. And we'll see how it goes. I really wanted to sit outside. It was like gloomy but cool this morning, and then by the time I finished my first sprint and got ready for the gym, it was hot, and now there is a heat warning, so we're not going outside today. Right? Echo, you're standing here, but you're not participating. So it's like, oh my god, this woman. What? What's your problem? Anyways, so we will be staying inside and doing some work, and then we'll see how much I can get done before I have to go out. I got a lot of work done, might not. We'll see. Right, Mavi? What are you doing with your ears? Okay, bye. Anyways, I'm procrastinating. Let me get to work. Okay, I'm sitting in my roasting car so I can do a quick update. It is 6:30. I just left my mom's house. We went and hung out a little bit. Got a bit of a headache, which I think is weather related, but you know, we move. So I have actually written over 3,000 words already today, which I'm super happy about. I have a goal of 7,000 words a week, which obviously is 1,000 words a day, roughly. Some days I write more, some days I write less. But obviously today has been going really well. I'm gonna go get ice cream because I feel like I deserve it. And it's really hot. But I think I can write at least 1,000 more words. I would really like to write 2,000 more words. I finished a chapter already, and I am like maybe a third through the next chapter. The big, like the emotional part of the chapter has happened already, but I've had my female main character betray her side of the mafia in order to help her sister. So she's just done that, and now we're seeing what's gonna happen afterwards. So yeah, I'm excited to write the aftermath. It's not gonna go as my male main character thinks it is. And yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also excited for ice cream, and I need to turn my car on. My face is roasting, so I'll see you again later. Okay, I came back because look at this monstrosity. I'm so excited, but also it's for sure going to hurt my stomach. So, lactose intolerant people, we just suffer through, right? Please tell me that there are some of you out there like me. This looks so good and so bad. I'm gonna eat some of it now and then finish it at home. And then back to writing. Okay, bye. Hello peeps, another car update. I am home from work, home from the gym. I need to take a shower and let out my dogs and whatnot, but then I will be writing. I didn't end up filming anything yesterday because I went to the beach like I said I would, and I did work on writing at the beach, but I didn't work on writing Mafia Romance #1. I worked on trying to figure out the story for Mafia Romance #2, only because I don't really love writing on my phone. I used to love writing on my phone. I used to like commute back and forth to work, and I would write on my phone while I was on the bus and whatever, but I don't like doing it anymore. And so I brought my notebook and was handwriting notes about Mafia Romance #2, which I'm excited for, but I'm seeing my FMC has a really strong story, but my MMC already, just from my notes, has the weaker story of the two, so I'm gonna have to like noodle on him a bit more and figure out what his overall like shard, is that what that's called? Whatever, what he's trying to figure out with himself. The problem is that he's in my mafia romance #1, and he does have like a growth moment in mafia romance #1. So I just need to take that and run with it and make it something bigger, but currently my head is empty, so I'll have to, like I said, noodle on that a little bit more. So even though this was supposed to be a 24-hour challenge, like over like 3 days, I think 3 8-hour days, I think I'm going to split this up and keep it as a 24-hour challenge, but make it like several smaller days, just because I don't have 3 8-hour days. Like I work Monday to Friday, so already I don't have 3 8-hour days, and then the weekend I'm usually doing things like life things. I got like 4,600 words. I forgot to say that. I got 4,600 words on Saturday. I was really proud of myself. I was so close to 500, but I was literally falling asleep writing, and I was like, there's no point. I'm going to delete all of this when I get up in the morning because it's gibberish. So I stopped. But I was so close. So close. Anyways, that 4,600 was only about 6 sprints, which I think was it ends up being like a little over 2 hours. So I still have not even reached an 8-hour day. So I figure I'm just going to do a bunch of smaller days, and then my goal is to do the smaller days and maybe change up my location for writing each day. So like today I'm going to write at home just because it's literally a heat wave. I'm dying right now in my car because I turned the AC off. It's very hot in here. I'm going to write inside today. Tomorrow it was supposed to rain, and I was like, that would be nice. It'll finally cool off and I can write outside. But apparently now it's going to be hot again tomorrow. So I'm not sure about tomorrow. Might do a cafe tomorrow. I'd like to go to the library one day and then be outside one day, plus being home. And then not sure what I'll do for the other days. I am anticipating Friday I won't get very much done because I have to work, and then Squid Game, the final season, comes out on Friday, and I've already like blocked off my evening. I told my dad, don't make any plans. We're gonna have pizza, we're gonna have wings, and we're gonna watch Squid Game until we either fall asleep or we finish the season. So I don't anticipate getting a lot of work done on Friday, but there will be like a small sliver of time between when I finish work and when my dad finishes work. So I'll try and get some stuff done then. But that might be a shorter day. Anyways, that is my plan for this 24-hour novel challenge. I've actually done something like this before. Like one of my older videos. I was like really intense with it. Like tracking to the minute to get to the 24 hours. It took me so long. I feel like it took me almost 2 weeks to get to my actual 24 hours of writing. I'm not doing that. I'm going to just block off a certain amount of time and write as much as I can in that time. And then we'll see how much work I can get done. Already, I got 4,600 in like 2-ish hours. So we'll see what I can do with the rest of this week. This is a 24-hour challenge / write with me for a week. So I'm going to get out of this hot car now. So yeah. Love you. What's up? It is 9:15 in the evening, and I have made some good progress. I have only done 4 25-minute sprints, plus I did some writing in between sprints, just because I don't know about anybody else, but I find I like catch my momentum near the end of the sprint, and then I'll usually continue a little bit after the sprint is done to like finish my thought. So I did a little bit of like between sprint writing, but I have done 4 official sprints, and I'm sitting at around 2,600 words, which I think is really good for a work day. Usually I'm like pushing to get my 1,000 words, so to be approaching 3,000 words feels very good. So I would like to hit 3,000, but also I'm getting tired, and I wanted to comment on a few YouTube videos that I've watched and like saved. I'll watch videos and then save them as a reminder to make sure I go back and comment on them. So I have a couple videos that I haven't commented on that I would like to leave comments, because that's a nice thing to do. And yeah, I kind of would like to just like turn down the lights and do that for a little bit before I head to bed. So I think I'm gonna call it at 2,600 words. I'm feeling very happy. In the last like 3 days, I've written over 7,000 words, which I feel like is pretty good. I also wrote more on Sunday, but I hand wrote it and I'm not typing it up to figure out what the actual number is. It's fine. We'll just leave it as it is, but nearly 7,000 words. So, or actually I think it's over 7,000. 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7,300 words approximately. So making some good progress so far in the last couple days. And yeah, I feel like if I continue to only do 4 sprints in a day, then the 24 hours is gonna take me 2 weeks. I might end up dropping it to 12 hours and just do a bunch of 4 sprint days. We'll see. Maybe I'll bang something out on Sunday or something like that. But with work, I don't really have the time to sit down for 4 hours. Yeah, and that's okay. I still got almost 3,000 words in 4 sprints, so I'm not complaining at all. So I'm gonna call it a night for now. I'm not sure still where we're gonna go tomorrow. It's either cafe or library. I might do library just so that I can do some research on cafes, because I don't really know many around here very well. There are lots downtown, but in my area, I'm not quite sure. So I might do library tomorrow just so I have an extra day to do some cafe research and commit to that on Wednesday. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, another car update, because apparently that's all I do here in this video. It is 4:30 on Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I did actually go to the library. I think I took like 1 clip. It was packed. I don't know why exactly, but there was so many students in the library. I thought it would be quieter because like I thought exam season is done for like college and university students. And then most high schoolers are also out of school now. But I don't know. I have actually never been to the library and it was that full. I managed to find a table with one chair and I did one sprint, but it was noisy and there was a lot of people walking around and I was distracted, and overall I did one 25-minute sprint and then I packed up my stuff and left. Yeah, I am going to continue writing at home. So like 2 days at home so far. But even though I was distracted, I managed to write like 750 words in that 25 minutes, which I think has to do with the fact that it's the scene that I'm writing is flowing really well, and it's leading into like one of the scenes that was formative for the story, like in my mind. Like, you know, when you get like certain scenes or images of characters, and you kind of build around that to make your story. That next chapter is one of those for me. So I think that might be why it's kind of flowing into that chapter with a good momentum. So yeah, I'm home. I am going to shower because I went home, let out my dogs, and then went to the library. Now I'm just gonna shower and hang out with my dogs and write, and see how much I can get done today. I did pick out a couple cafes that I'd like to go to. I think it'll depend on the weather tomorrow. The only problem is a lot of the cafes close at like 4. I didn't know that was a thing. So 2 of the cafes, one closes at 3, one closes at 4, and then one closes and then reopens at like 6 or 7. Which I feel like might be too late. Because I want to I don't know. We'll see. I might end up doing the cafe on a weekend or something, and then I can just go whenever I wake up and it'll be open for a while. But I didn't know cafes closed that early. Yeah. Let me know if that's normal practice from where you are as well, because I thought that was the whole point of cafes. They open all day and you just sit there and do your thing and order lots of caffeinated beverages. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go inside because it is still a heat wave. I am still roasting. I need to stop doing these car updates. Toodaloo. Hello, just got out of the shower. And I am about to get started again. I'm sitting in my room in the dark basically because it's really hot. So I've got the curtains pulled to block out most of the sun until it goes down and hopefully cools down a little bit. So I'm getting started. I wrote 724 words, so not quite 750 words, but very close to 750 words in one sprint, which I am very impressed with. My average is like 550, maybe 600 words per sprint. So got a little extra. It was probably the desire to leave and make time pass faster by concentrating on writing. So maybe I should just go to places where I'm uncomfortable more often and write faster. I'm not going to do that. Anyways, I'm going to get started and try and do a couple more sprints. I'm not sure if I'm going to aim to do 3 more sprints and 4 in total today, or if I'm going to do finishing this chapter. I think it depends on how long it takes. If I finish this chapter in the next sprint, then I'm going to continue and do at least another one and start the next chapter. But if it takes me maybe 2 sprints to finish this chapter, then I might just end it there and do 3 for the day. So we'll see. we can get writing and find out. Okay. Morning, everybody. Please excuse my face. It's 5:30 in the morning, and I got to sleep in a little bit because I start work an hour later today. But unfortunately, I didn't go to bed very early last night. I kind of got into a flow for writing this chapter that I was working on yesterday. I actually stopped doing sprints entirely and just sat and wrote, which was awesome. But I'm very tired. I ended up getting 4,204 words yesterday, which is great. But yeah, I'm tired. Basically, I was writing the chapter that I had mentioned was formative for the idea for this book. Throughout the first half of this book, there's a mini mystery. The FMC has a secondary identity, and as a reader you know about it from her second chapter, and the MMC has an inkling that there's something more to this person, but he can't really figure out what it is. He just tries to push her buttons and figure it out. There's no way for him to figure it out, but also she gave him a lot of hints. So when he looks back on it, he can see it. But coming to the final answer would have been impossible for him. So anyways, I did the reveal of the secondary identity last night, which was fun. It's a first draft, so I'm not sure it hits quite as hard as it could, but I do like what I have written. I like that my MMC is kind of unhinged. He is almost relieved with her true identity, and he should be focusing on the fact is she somebody he can't trust, that she lied. She didn't really lie, but she kept things from him. And yeah, he should be focusing on those things, but he's more relieved with who she is and who she isn't with. And yeah, so he's just a little bit unhinged and focused on the wrong things, and I find it quite amusing. So yeah, I just wanted to update because I didn't get to last night. I was exhausted, and I am still exhausted, but we're making moves. This week has been going really well so far. I'm scared I'm gonna crash out sometime soon, but I have a few more chapters left in Act 2. I did it I split it into 4 acts, Romancing the Beat has it split up. This act has the most chapters in it, and will likely need to be cut down significantly. I'm not really good at the short chapter thing. I was doing really good in the beginning, but somehow the chapters have all gotten longer and longer and longer. which is on brand for me, but not really for a romance. I think having lots of chapters that are short works, but lots of chapters that are long or medium length, not sure. So it's a problem for later, but I'm hoping to cut these all down now that I have the direction of the chapter, and I can, trim the fat off the steak, so to speak. So, yeah, I am going to write after work today. I'm going to go to the gym, so I will have less writing time than I did yesterday. I'll be going to the gym after work, and then we'll see which cafes are open. If there are none that are actually open when I'm done at the gym, then maybe we'll work outside. It's supposed to be raining, ? But my trust in the weather people is low. So, we'll see. Anyways, we're making moves. Oh, and I'm at like 11,300 for the last 4 days. Doing really good. Still not sure this really counts as a 24-hour novel challenge, but as a week of writing, this is going really well. Okay, I need to drink my tea and wake up more, so bye. What's up? Hello? Are you camera shy? You there? Hi friends, it is Thursday and it is beautifully gloomy outside. The rain came last night and it was lovely to listen to. It was raining this morning when I went to work, and now it has stopped, but it is still pretty gloomy out. I'm hoping it rains some more, but I feel like I looked and it said it's not raining until the evening, so unfortunately I won't be able to sit out in the rain, but I am going to write outside today. I did not write anything yesterday, and I think that was a good choice. The whole point of changing my goal from 1,000 words a day to 7,000 words a week was to relieve the pressure of having days off and low word count days and things like that. The day before, I wrote over 4 days worth of words, so I think I'm allowed to have a day off, and sometimes I forget that, and I'm trying to change my mindset, but I took a day off yesterday. I did still read through my writing and think about my project, which I think is a good thing because now I'm excited to write today and get through this chapter. I also have already some ideas for how I can improve the chapter a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about that till the next draft. But yeah, I'm home from work. It's like 2:30ish or maybe 2:45, and I'm going to take a quick shower and then sit outside for a bit before dinner. The temperature is too nice after being in the 40s for a week. I'm so happy. I think my car said 20 degrees, which usually I think is hot, but it's beautiful right now. So I'm gonna go sit outside and get some work done after I shower. So. Hello. It is 7:45 and I did a little over an hour outside. It was very lovely to sit out there. It did get like a little bit cool. I should have put socks on. That's my bad. I literally could have gone inside and got socks, but one of my neighbors came outside and it got exponentially louder outside and more distracting. I didn't bring my headphones out because I had wanted to kind of like enjoy the outside sounds, because I usually listen to like rain while I'm writing, and it wasn't rain, but it was windy and whatever, so I wanted to listen to outside sounds. So I didn't bring my headphones. Then my neighbor came outside, so I didn't stay out for, I think I stayed out for like an hour and 15 minutes. I've written 1,327 words today, which is a-okay. That is pretty good. I've got my 1K for the day. Hello? Who back there? Anyways, I'm just working my way through this chapter. It is a little bit long, just because I'm in like a transition part of the chapter right now. There's a big event that's going to happen at the end of this chapter that I need to get to, but I'm transitioning into that, and that's usually where a large chunk of my words go. I'm not the best with the transitionary phases of chapters and even like overall arcs. Takes me some time to meander my way there, and then I usually like cut it all out in the next draft, so it's fine. I know I'm good at cutting it down. I'm just taking my time to get what needs to be down. So I'm going to do one more sprint for sure, maybe two, and then hopefully go to bed at a decent time. I got a couple books from the library that I would like to read. I got a Fate Inked in Blood. I got an audiobook of The Har. And then today I also got Don't Let the Forest In, I think is what it's called. I'll pop them up on the screen. So I have those three books from the library. Two of them will be on my Kobo, and then one I'll just listen on my phone. So I'd like to start one of those. I've actually already listened to like 10% of The Har. 10%? Something like that. It's a interesting, weird book, but I like it. Anyways, so one of those I would like to read tonight. So I'm gonna get some work done and then do some reading after. Hello, friendly friends. Another car update. I don't actually know what my last update was, but it is currently Saturday, 1:30. I just went to the mall. I may have slept in a little bit today, which I feel like was deserved after my work week. I slept in a little bit. I finished Squid Game, the third season. I can't say final season because I don't believe that. But I had like 2 episodes left to watch. I was so exhausted. I could not finish the last 2 last night. So I watched them this morning. Thoughts. I can't say that I was happy with the end of the season. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, so I'm roasting my car right now. It is back to being hot again. I had a couple things to return to the mall, so I went to the mall, and then at the same store, they were like, well, there's a 10% discount if you buy something after you've returned something. So I'm like, oh, twist my rubber arm. So I ended up spending more money than what I returned. Not by much. Girl math says I only spent like $25. So we're gonna go with girl math. Anyways, I also bought some pad thai for lunch / breakfast because I haven't eaten anything today. And while I was leaving, I was like, I'm also going to get some pretzel bites. I got the sugar cinnamon pretzel bites, and because I am a chaotic human being, I'm going to eat the pretzel bites first. Because dessert should always come first. So, I'm going to do that after I turn on my car and cool down a little bit. I might go to a walking park that I like to go to every once in a while. I might just sit there if it's not too busy. I'm currently watching Meredith E. Phillips. She posted a long video yesterday about getting an agent, which is super duper exciting. I'm almost done the video right now. So yeah, I've just been watching it in bits and pieces since yesterday. So very excited for her and loving to see the progress. So I will link that below for you all to go watch and support as well. Now I must turn on my car because I'm dying. I'm literally sweating. So I will write eventually.
I did want to read you guys what I've been saving up because these are all volunteer positions for me.
Hi. It is like 7:30 in the evening. Is that what that says? 7:35? Actually, it does not say 7:35, but it is 7:30. It's like, do I know how to read a clock? I do. It doesn't say 7:30. It is 7:30 though. Just had a panicked moment. I have done like 2 sprints and change. I like used most of the first sprint to read through what I had written before. And then I've done 2 full sprints. One was on Abby Emmons' new video, like immersive writing retreat, something like that. And then one was on Fiona's Universe, her live stream. So I was gonna keep going, but I let my dogs out to pee and I realized it's beautiful outside. It's like that really nice period, like between the nice in-between period where it's not super hot but it's not dark out. So it's like it's a little bit cool but the sun is still out. So I thought as long as I don't get eaten alive by bugs that I would go and do 1 sprint outside, let my dogs run around for a little bit, and then we'll come back inside and go move on with the rest of my day. I need to wash my hair today. It's wash day, and I don't want to do it too late because I don't want to sleep with my hair wet. So we'll do 1 sprint and come back inside, and then we'll see what I do for the rest of the night. I have to catch up on F1 because the race is tomorrow, and then I would like to watch a movie as well, but I'm not sure what. We'll see. Anyways, let's go outside. Mavi, come on, let's go. It is 10:30 on Saturday. I am about to go to bed, but I thought I would do a quick check-in before I did. I have been sitting here watching F1 and doing my hair. As I promised, I also was crocheting. I have not crocheted in quite a while, and I had the feeling for it. So I'm making a cover for my Kobo. And it's very fast and very easy. It's been great while I'm waiting for my hair to dry. I think I'll do like 2 more rows and then figure out how I want to close it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's nice to crochet again. I did write outside for that one sprint, and I actually in that one sprint got like 1,000 words. So I am sitting at 2,424 words for the day, which is great. I'm gonna try and get some more done tomorrow, but I think it'll be like a prep for the work week kind of day. I need to do my laundry, and I think I will be getting some groceries at some point in time. And yeah, we'll see. I'm still gonna do at least a little bit of writing, and I'll probably wrap up this vlog tomorrow. I'm not overly convinced that I have done 24 hours. I feel like I could probably say I've done 12. With like confidence, I could say 12, but I'm not very sure I've done 24. So either way, it's fine. I got a lot of writing done. So far in this week, I'm looking at like almost 16,000. That's just kind of rough math. Yeah, that's pretty good for the week, I think. My goal is 7, so kind of knocking that out of the park right now, which makes me very happy. I'm loving my book. I think it slowed down for a bit a chapter or 2 ago, just because I wasn't really sure how to transition, which I've already said many times I'm not greatest at transitions. And then there was a spot in this this current chapter that I'm working on where my FMC needs to step in for someone. She needs to step in for someone, but also do it in a way that's not going to get that person in trouble. And I didn't really plan how she was going to do said thing, so I had to slowly figure that out, and I did, and it's fine. So I like the outcome, and I will hopefully finish that chapter tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll see you sometime in the morning. I was editing this absolute behemoth of a writing vlog and realized I did not do any sort of wrap up for this video, so here I am. It's a couple weeks later. So over the course of the week, I got 19,113 words, which I think is pretty good for a work week, and blew my 7,000 word goal out of the water. I did not end up going to any cafes, and to this day still have not gone to one. I was on TikTok and somebody in my area mentioned a cafe a couple cities over, which I now have my eyes on, but it will be saved for some vacation time that I have coming up. I would like to do a couple like day trips involving books and writing. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, wow. Please let me know how your June went. Let me know what's new with writing and your creative endeavors. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you somewhere on the internet.